to now.
Ah,
Haruna Mwanguzi is one out of the 28 former Kyambogo University students who graduated under government sponsorship in 2019, accusing the university of failing to resolve a long-running dispute over the title of their academic qualification, a matter they say has affected their employment prospects. The former students were admitted in 2017 through joint admissions board system under a Ministry of Education and Sports scholarship scheme. They say they were selected on a teaching pathway for a diploma in physical education and sports management with the understanding that they would qualify as teachers upon completion. Instead of the qualification they expected, the students say they graduated in 2019 with a diploma in sports management, a title they argue does not reflect the teaching role they were admitted for.
at no point did the university disclose to us that the program that we were admitted into was unaccredited. At no point did the university seek our consent to change the program from diploma in physical education and sports management to diploma in sport management. We did not apply to the academic registrar seeking program change. Neither did they write to us informing us about any changes in any program throughout our entire time of study.
Management. We did not have it. There was a program review, and every time there is a program review, things change, including the nomenclature. And so the nomenclature had since changed. We now had diploma in sports management.
Mwanguzi says the cohort of 28 students only discovered the alleged change at graduation. He adds that repeated attempts to get clarification from the university over several months were unsuccessful.
He personally wrote 6 letters, notices, emails. The university ignored all of these.
But the dispute, the students say, does not end with their intake. They claim a second cohort of about 18 students admitted the following year was also affected under the same program structure, and later they say the course was discontinued altogether. The matter was escalated to the National Council for Higher Education.
They received our complaint in April 2025. To date, the National Council has taken no action, has offered no remedy, not even a status update on whether the investigation is still ongoing or the investigation has been concluded.
Attempts to reach the council for a comment were unsuccessful, though the regulator previously confirmed the matter was under investigation. The former students described the experience as a betrayal and called for institutional accountability.
They also admitted 2018, 2019 in the same program, diploma in physical education and sports management. And they subsequently awarded them the same qualification that they gave us in 2019, diploma in sport management. This is systematic.
While some graduates agreed to speak, others declined, citing fear of possible repercussions from the university. Several say they are unwilling to be identified, alleging threats linked to the dispute. These allegations could not be independently verified. Kyambogo University has not responded to specific questions of intimidation. The university, however, rejects claims of wrongdoing.
I don't know whether it's true. If it's true, it's unfortunate. If it's not true, it's also unfortunate on their part. But I don't know. And with the discussions I have had, I have not had anyone talk about that. But we receive complaints from everyone, everywhere, parents and other people. You don't threaten a person who is seeking for clarification.
He says students were informed upon admission and proceeded to study and graduate accordingly.
Even the head of the department wrote formally to the academic registrar telling them that the admission said this, but what was available was this. And so these students knew that they were going to study a diploma in sports management. And they studied sports management. And they graduated in sports management. And they went, 2008. These are 8 years after. So if they are saying that the admission letter says diploma in physical education and sports management, but the transcript says diploma in sports management, so they are being, not getting jobs because of that. There are employers who will want the physical education bit, but there are those who want sports management. And so you go with what you have, what you studied. So for us, we give them what they had, what we had, and they knew it, and they got it, and they studied it, and they graduated. So 8 years later now,
The university maintains that no formal objections were raised during the course of study and says employment challenges among graduates are part of wider national trends.
failing to get a job or getting unemployed is a problem that many other people face. It's not exclusive to them. And we all know the unemployment that we have. And so if they faced that, it's not exclusive to them. If everybody came, then the whole university would be up in arms for people who don't have jobs. For us, we taught them and we graduated them. And the transcript that they have is in tandem with what they studied. So what they wanted to study, they didn't get it.
But education experts say the issue goes beyond naming. Philbert Baguma, General Secretary of the Uganda National Teachers Union, says teacher registration in Uganda depends on specific subject combinations.
First of all, I think there was a challenge from the beginning. Sports management is not one of the subjects we teach. We have physical education. And for you to go and study a course for teaching, either at diploma or bachelor's, you must have 2 teaching subjects.
He explains that mismatched combinations can block graduates from entering the teaching profession, regardless of intention.
So when you have physical education and then sports management, you are like someone who does social studies and curriculum development, because you don't have 2 teaching subjects and it becomes a challenge.
Attempts by NTV to obtain a comment from the Ministry of Education and Sports were unsuccessful. Repeated calls to spokesperson Dennis Miimba went unanswered, while some calls were cancelled. A WhatsApp message also received no response. The acting Minister of Education and Sports, John Muyingo, also did not respond to calls or messages. The Permanent Secretary, Kadris Triagenda, said she was in a meeting and did not respond to follow-ups. It is important to note that admission letters contain an undertaking which amounts to consent for the program as offered at entry. Lydia Feli Akulu, NTV Weekend Edition.